There's a lot of foreign drivers.
My English isn't very good. I do not understand.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to all speak English.
Gotta know how to read the signs, you know what I'm saying?
Some of these immigrants, the governments are paying the bill for them. They're paying the fuel bill, they're buying them trucks, I think.
Came from a different country and lost his brakes and killed multiple people. There were plenty of signs for him to slow down. It could have been prevented.
There are 3.5 million people in our country who have chosen truck driving as their profession. It is an industry that contributes $386 billion in GDP to our country, and there's some huge changes coming to this industry. Donald Trump is signing an executive order making it so these truck drivers need to know how to speak English to improve communication with other truck drivers and Border Patrol, as well as other checkpoints, and make sure that they know what our street signs say. So in this video, I'm gonna try to speak to these truck drivers and test their English skills. Please make sure that you are subscribed.
But I'm in a hurry, sorry.
Oh, where are you from? Bosnia.
Yeah,
Wow, and how long have you been living in the US?
25 years.
35,
25.
25, and how long have you been a truck driver?
15 years.
15. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, nice to meet you. Trump was signing an executive order that is going to make people prove their proficiency in English. What do you think about that?
Bullshit. That's the bullshit. All this stuff is bullshit.
He said all of this stuff is BS. He's from Bosnia. What state are you from?
Texas.
What kind of stuff do you ship or truck?
Anything and everything, so long as it's not illegal.
That's cool. Trump administration, they just signed an executive order to make it so people have to be proficient in English.
Correct.
Yeah.
That would be wise.
What do you think about that?
No, I totally agree.
In your experience, is there a lot of people who haven't been speaking English correctly?
Most of them don't even speak English at all.
Really? What languages do they speak?
I would say probably Hindu or
Really?
Pakistani or something.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's a few that are all like South American, I guess.
And so you think that'll be a safe and good change?
That needs to be. It's hard to operate out here. You can't read or speak it right. Oh, I've been doing it for 13 years. I enjoy it. I got microwave and some dishes you can plug into a cigarette lighter and cook.
We thank you because it's such an important job.
The only way to keep America going.
So far, that last guy thinks that it's a really good idea to have these English tests for the safety of all people on the roads. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good. So how's the truck doing?
Good.
I was just wondering what it's like being a trucker.
Sorry, my English isn't very good. I do not understand.
Oh, what's your name?
Well,
Pavel?
yes.
How's your name? How do you say your name?
Last name?
No, just I didn't understand how you pronounce it.
My name is Pavel.
Pavel.
Paul in English.
Pavel.
In
Oh,
English
Paul.
in USA, Paul.
Paul, I see. Okay. And how do you like being a truck driver?
How much?
Is it good? Is it
2
bad?
years.
2 years?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is it easy or is it hard?
Middle.
Really? How is your communication with the other drivers?
To middle.
Yeah. Do you speak on the walkie-talkie?
If have problem, yes, I use translator.
Oh, okay.
But my work, truck, fuel, and another, it's every day. I know this.
Yeah. What kind of problems?
But another, where I need know many words, maybe
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. What country are you from?
Country,
Yeah.
Russia.
Oh, okay. How long have you been in the US?
How many years in the USA?
Yeah.
2 years and a half.
Oh, okay. Are you able to read in English or is it hard?
I have 3 levels.
Oh, okay.
In college, after tasting,
Yeah.
I have 3 levels.
Do you live in your truck or what state do you live in?
Living,
Yeah, what state do you live in?
what sea?
Like what city do you live in? Do you live in Texas, California?
What state?
Yeah.
Sorry. State Washington.
Oh, wow. That's a long drive.
It isn't Denver. It isn't very long. Long is east and New York, Washington D.C.
Okay.
Texas.
Texas, yeah. I see.
It's long. It isn't very long.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I won't say English. I won't say.
Yeah.
But when I not understand, translate work from English to Russian. I understand what I must speak English.
Driving so far across borders, do they stop you and say, "Where's your passport?" or stuff like that?
Passport, no. I haven't problem with inspection.
Oh, okay.
You talk about inspection?
Yeah.
Not. They asked me, do you have ID? Do you have work authorization? I haven't problem, but I know this problem maybe isn't good time. Another president. It's hard.
Because I just heard that now they're going to make people do a test for English. Do you think that you would pass the test or that you'd have to study a little bit?
I need translate very many words.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Drive safe.
And have you good evening.
You too. Thanks. I was just wondering if you heard about the new executive order where truck drivers are going to have to take an English test.
No, but I hope we get.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have a hard time communicating with people sometimes? That's a nice truck.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Nebraska.
Nice. And how's the drive?
Good.
Good?
Pretty windy today.
Sorry, so I was just wondering if, how's your experience communicating with the other truck drivers?
You don't communicate a whole lot anymore.
Oh, really?
I don't think
Oh, what's the difference or what changed?
cell phones, probably. Nobody talks on TV anymore.
Because I heard that they're making a rule now that truck drivers have to be proficient in English. What do you think about that?
That's a good idea.
Really?
Guys can't talk English.
Yeah.
They can't read. There's a lot of wrecks. Guys being on roads they're not supposed to be because they follow the GPS. They're reading the map.
Do you have to read them like a paper map?
It's a good idea. GPS will lead you astray.
Really?
Yeah, you kind of know where you're going.
Wow.
Just because GPS says you can go down that road doesn't mean you can't. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to be able to speak English.
What countries are people becoming truck drivers from?
A lot of Russians and Saudi Arabia, maybe. I'm not sure. A lot of, I guess, they're Indians.
Yeah,
A lot of Indians.
I see. And what kind of tests do you have to do to be able to drive this truck? And are they doing the same test for everybody?
They're supposed to, but I don't know if they do. There's CDL schools that aren't. They just pass them.
Oh.
It's not much of a test anyway. There's people driving that have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, that's really dangerous.
Just down there in Austin, Texas, a couple months ago, 2 months ago, they had that accident.
I didn't know that.
I think it was an Indian guy, ran into 7 cars, didn't speak any English, stopped the construction, killed 5 people, I think.
And how come you think that they're hiring them? Just cheaper? Or?
Government, some of these immigrants, the governments are paying the bill for them. They're paying the fuel bill, they're buying them trucks, I think.
And so you have to buy your own fuel?
Yeah, I got to pay for everything. You got immigrants coming in, illegals, and the government's paying everything for them, and they're all in cheap freight, driving the rates down. How do you compete with that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much lost,
How do you like being a truck driver?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like seeing the country.
Good. You do good work. We need people like you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm making a video about truck drivers. I was just wondering if you like the job and what's it like?
It's all right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's traffic.
Has traffic gotten worse or is it the same that it's always been?
It's getting more busier, you know what I mean? More people are moving in. That's just about it.
Throughout the whole country or here in Colorado?
Just here in Colorado alone.
Yeah, for sure. We've been growing like crazy.
Right.
Yeah. And so you're from Colorado?
Yeah.
How important is it for truck drivers to be able to speak English, do you think?
I don't think it matters, you know what I mean? But just when you're going inside the dispatch, you know what I'm saying? That's communication there.
Oh.
And then probably, gotta know how to read the signs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's dispatch?
That's when you go into a different facility, like say I go inside to Bimbo, I got to talk to somebody. Somebody that's in charge of the trucks and stuff like that.
I see.
People are in charge of the truck.
And like gas prices, maintenance for the truck, how is all the costs in general?
Not on me.
Oh, okay. And what about tariffs? Do you think that that'll affect the supply chain and like the amount of work for truckers in our country?
Same thing. That's all about your company. You know what I'm saying? Things go up, we get paid more. You know what I mean?
And how is the pay for a truck driver?
Just depends who you work for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Everybody's different.
Are you a tow truck for trucks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And so you only tow semi-trucks?
Anything medium or heavy duty, yeah.
Wow. When people call you, are most truck drivers, are they American or have you met a lot of foreign people?
There's a lot of foreign drivers.
Really?
Yes.
And how good would you say their English is?
Especially Middle Eastern and Russian out here, big time. Like most of what we tow are Russian people. I mean, it's almost impossible to speak it.
It sounds like they might have more truck problems and that's why they're needing to get towed more.
Yeah, because they buy the cheapest trucks possible that are, halfway broke down already. So, I mean, it's total off.
And why do you think it's important for them to be able to speak English or know the culture?
I mean, the biggest issue is that accident that happened 4 or 5 years ago over on I-70. The driver came down the mountain, didn't really know what he was doing at all, came from a different country and lost his brakes and killed multiple people on I-70. So there were plenty of signs for him to slow down or hit basically go off the road without killing people. I don't know. It could have been prevented if
Yeah.
he spoke English and read English.
Was he? Do you know where he was from? I have to look into that.
Well, he was from somewhere like Ecuador or something. I could be mistaken on that one, but he got his license out of Texas.
Oh. And so it sounds like they might just be giving people licenses without having them pass tests.
Oh yeah, I've heard of schools. Basically, you pay them the money, X amount of money, and they'll just hand you over.
The main consensus that I'm getting right now is these truck drivers are very aware that in their industry, there's many people who speak Russian or whatever, and they know that many accidents have happened because of this, that people are getting their driver's license, and you can't just have whatever kind of driver's license. You need to have special training to be able to drive these trucks, but they're just giving it to them if they pay them a fee. And so that is a really corrupt system, and I'm glad that Trump has his eye on it and he's shutting it down because people's lives are in danger. Parents drive their kids to school on the highways every single morning. People commute to work. There's so many families on the road that we need to keep safe, and these truck drivers know that. We just spoke to a guy here who didn't want to be on camera at all, but he said, I'll tell you everything. He said, right now the rates are so low. One time he tried to negotiate getting paid $3 and they said, no, we're only going to do one because we have people all over the world who want this job, so there's so much demand. So he was telling me that he's not sure where these low rates are coming from, if it's coming from the politicians and some type of game that they're playing. He's very disappointed. He has been doing this for years. He also told us that sometimes when he is parked, that there are so many foreigners in the industry that they will come and knock on his door and ask him to back up their truck because they don't know how. And he says, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to help you guys. And they're like, please, we're running out of time. I'll pay you $50. And he still says no. And then I asked him what he thinks of Donald Trump. And he says that he doesn't know who is who anymore. He doesn't really trust politicians. And he also said that it is so important that you always have two hands on the wheel. And when we were speaking to this Russian guy, he was saying that he uses his phone to Google Translate communication in real time, which is incredibly dangerous. This guy says if you take your eyes off the road or one hand off the wheel for just 1 second, your life and the life of many other people could be in severe danger. And so that is no good. People need to be able to speak English so that they can communicate while keeping their hands and their eyes on the road. This guy also made me realize the importance of correct training because he says that too many people treat them like they are just normal everyday cars and they see an 80 miles per hour speed limit sign. And so they think that they can go 80, but really they can't because many of these trucks carry 80,000 1,000 pounds on the back, which is a tremendous amount, and they need to slow down. And so even if they're able to read the signs or understand the number, there's a lot more training that goes into this. And I find it pretty despicable that people were getting their license without the proper training or certification. What's it like being a truck driver?
Are we on TV?
No. Did the trucking industry change after COVID?
It didn't.
Really?
We were all still working. Everybody else stayed home because we were listening to the Communist Party. That's what's dividing this nation right now. So what they're doing, like Hitler and Stalin did, is something like COVID-19. They found the fear of the people. Well, they did. But the truck drivers kept on going. I was driving all over the road.
Wow.
And then I got off and ended up getting a local job. COVID didn't change it or nothing like that.
Okay.
But the industry sucks, if you really want to know.
It's always been that way?
Yeah, but there's people out here that seem to really love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. They're afraid to admit they screwed up in life.
Oh,
Serious.
that's kind of sad. How do you think tariffs are going to affect the industry?
No different than any other time.
Okay.
And don't worry about the tariffs. What you got to realize is all our enemies and our allies have had tariffs on us for decades and decades. So for these wimps in office that don't want to try to even the score like Donald Trump's doing, they're afraid of Donald Trump. Let Donald Trump give them all tariffs. Then they're going to start wheeling and dealing. You got to get them not to screw you, but to work with you and make things reasonable.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely
So,
makes a
yeah.
lot of sense. Recently, Trump he's signing an executive order to make it so that truck drivers need to be proficient in English. What do you think about that?
I think it should be, yeah. This is America. This was founded by English, actually. And this guy's going to hit them. Yep.
It's foreign.
He could have swung out a little more before coming in.
Would you pretty please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel? Thanks for watching. Bye.